What up, players? It's Warboss Tay up with this mod. Today I'm gonna show you how I painted my flaming scimitar. Flaming scimitar. So I followed the White Dwarf just as I did with all my other project Dreadfleets. It's where is it? Ooh, 381, October 2011. And here is the example. Let's show you mine and see how it compares. Boop. Let's see. The hardest thing that I found to do with this model was the sails, because they the formula that this White Dwarf uses is a mixture of vomit brown and bleached bone and lightening it up to like a bleached bone. But really, like the vomit brown color, the new color in the range, isn't as comparable. So what I did, for any of you who are painting this at home, I started off with Xandri Dust, which is a really awesome color to start with. And then I just highlighted up with Rakarth Flesh and Bleached Bone, which is where I did these little marks in the sail. So it gives kind of like the illusion, because you do like the dark shading right next to the highlights, it gives the illusion of stretched cloth, which is really cool, and it's kind of what they did here. Other than that, everything else was just as written. Oh, one other thing that was different was I used, it says to wash with Baal Red, watch the Ifrit, but I used Carroburg Crimson, and Carroburg Crimson is a lot darker than Baal Red, so you end up with deeper shadows. But when you highlight and dry brush back up with Golden Yellow and the Skull White, then it comes out looking pretty comparable. The air elemental here on the top, blowing the wind, has a really nasty mold line that I wasn't able to get rid of. And also, another thing you're going to have to keep in mind for those of you painting this is that this gust of wind is attached to the sail. In order to get it to attach to this guy's mouth, I had to use super glue, because the liquid plastic cement that I was using just wasn't going to hold it in place. You have little air elementals on the side pushing the ship forward. Other than that, the water effects are just the same as I've always done, and nice and shiny. And yeah, other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory to get to where the Games Workshop Heavy Metal team has theirs. So let me know what you think. I'm so close to finishing this project Dreadfleet. I don't know if I'll get it done by the end of February, but I'm gonna try. Also, the sails, something that you don't notice is that the sails, because they're blowing forward and they're angled, you don't really see that this second sail is like three swords with three different colored elementals pushing towards the center. You've got the water element here, the air element there, and the sword element there, and they all kind of have this form a little, vortex in the center. But you don't see that because the front sail, the flaming scimitar, is like so pushed forward, so forced forward, and pushed right up against the design of the back one. So it's a little unfortunate that they didn't think to put the design somewhere else or make the sail be a little bit farther back. But yeah, except for that, the model was pretty easy to paint. It was easy to paint, it was just hard to do because it just got really boring after a while. When you lose your motivation to paint some things, you go on to other things and you just don't come back to it. So it took me a while to get this guy done up, but I'm glad I did. So let me know what you think, and we'll see you in the next video. Latest, players!